So, I came across this actually less than 15 minutes ago. Yeah. And I just thought to myself, the sheer brass neck of this individual. Honestly, seriously. Anyway, under fair use.
So I know we have like some efforts to increase diversity in the district. So I'm wondering, especially around administration, are there financial incentives for Black and Brown people to work here? Uh,
Look, I mean, I do keep an eye on America because I see what's going on there. And I keep saying this so ties into Atlas Shrugged. You look what's going on, especially in New York, Chicago, various other places, now Seattle. Oh, and let's not forget California. And absolutely, I keep saying to people, you really need to read Atlas Shrugged. I'll obviously do another vid, but anyway, let's continue.
it's an extra burden, quite frankly, to be a Black and Brown teacher and administrator in the district. And so I
I'm just getting sick of this, aren't you? I mean, I hear the term fatigue. I am fatigued. This bollocks, honestly. It wasn't that long ago. It didn't matter what skin colour. Could you do the job? Were you skilled? Did you get on? Yeah. Were you fun to be around? Blah blah blah. You know, it's you're dressed like. I mean, I thought. I mean, I made two comments. Minnie Mouse has become Maxie House. Others think she's dressed as a cat. I mean, you know what? What the flying? Seriously, you're wanting to be respected. You believe somehow in your delusional mind that because of your skin color you deserve more for doing whatever is apparently the same. As you're, from what I can work out, chewing gum and just basically pissing all over every other, well, essentially white individual around you. That somehow that you fart unicorns and rainbows and everything, whatever and that everybody else is just, well, they're having an easier time. Seriously? Oh.
I think we should start thinking about that financially if we're not already.
I mean, really, let's do this again. Come on. And I think this is Masonic ritualistic pish because, all these, well, shall we say, white people by and large are like, This is like, it's just Masonic ritual and part of the breakdown. It really is. It wasn't that long ago. People got like, shut the. Seriously, I don't give a shite what skin color you are. Can you do the job? Oh, and by the way, chewing gum while you're, masquerading as apparently, somebody above reproach in a position of trust and all the rest. That's a bit, disrespectful. Yeah. It's like ghettoizing. Seriously. Because remember, it's about destroying old structures of government and governance and all the rest of it. And look, I absolutely get it that, anybody that's awake out there knows that, well, it's what goes for government and governmental has long and should be questioned. And this connection with Freemasonry, Eastern Star Theosophy, humanism, and all the rest of it, yeah? But this, come on.
I know we have like some efforts to increase diversity in the district. So I'm wondering, especially around administration, are there
The absolute brass neck of this individual. Utterly shameless. I mean, the way the individual's dressed. Chugging away on garment. Just, basically saying, everybody else around me's a shower of, I deserve more and better because of skin colour. Really? Look at her demeanour, her attitude, and confesses to be apparently a teacher as well.
have like some efforts to increase diversity in the district? So I'm wondering, especially around administration, are there financial incentives for Black and Brown people to work here? It's an extra burden, quite frankly, to be a black and brown teacher and administrator in the district. And so
I mean, if you've got that kind of mindset and you're supposedly teaching children, what are you actually teaching them? Listen, you know, if you're black, then you're downtrodden. If you're white, well, you really should be ashamed of yourself. I mean, is that what she's teaching children? Think about this. And then times that by, well, I mean, when you look at the teaching, I hate to call it a profession, not these days, seriously. Where we're at, and then adds LGBT, X, Y, and Z, Let's not teach children about, well, articulation, mathematics, reading, writing, eloquence, intellect. No, let's embrace pretending to be somebody else. And why are you not in the same crowd, Johnny? Imagine that as a wee child. Why are you not going with the flow? Look at whoever over there. They're going with the flow.
I think we should start thinking about that financially if we're not already.
Honestly, I have to do this again. The sheer brass neck of that, the attitudes.
Have like some efforts to increase diversity in the district. So I'm wondering.
I mean, look, remember, all you need to do is look at the UK, and oh my God, in the most, although I would argue, is it really? But one of the perceived most prestigious universities in the world. I don't think it's been like that for a long while. But Cambridge. And it had a Walter Mitty, fantasist in there based on skin colour. Yeah? And anybody that took any interest, well, they had actual police attention and all the rest of it, including the Times bloody reporter. But anyway, well, I won't talk. Just let her talk.
Have like some efforts to increase diversity in the district. So I'm wondering, especially around administration, are there financial incentives for black and brown people to work here? It's an extra burden, quite frankly, to be a black and brown teacher and administrator in the district. And so I think we should start thinking about that financially if we're not already. But I know we call ourselves leaders. And I know we have an Office of Equity and Belonging, so I'm sure we can figure it out. We got money. It's West Hartford.
Oh, dear. I'll leave you the link to this, but come on. Your thoughts, and I'll speak to you soon.